Hey everyone, my name is Sybin, and today I will be showing you how to earn points in the Chambers of Xeric without gaining any combat experience. This method can be used for level 3 accounts, 10 HP accounts, or any other peer that does not want to gain combat experience while participating in raids. Although this guide will be aimed towards Ironman, regular accounts can benefit from this as well. Note that this does not apply to alternate accounts for the help with prep and raids, such as planting seeds and making potions, but more so on how to earn points efficiently in the chambers without killing any monsters. With all that said, let's get started with the gear and stat requirements. There will be one consistent source of points in raids, which is catching bats. These are caught using the hunter skill with butterfly nets, similar to implings, except you don't need any jars. The bats require a hunter level ranging from 1 to 90, depending on the tier of the bat. Also, the bats scale to each participant's hunter level. Therefore, the higher the hunter level you have, the higher the tier of the bat spawns. You will want the high tier bats in order to earn as many points as possible, such as the Murng bats and the Sick bats. I have no idea if that's how you pronounce them, but there are fish in the raids as well, but you would need to kill scavengers for the bait, so it would not work for no combat accounts. Also, I forgot to mention, you will need to cook the bats, and you need the corresponding cooking level in order to cook them. So the level 90 bats will require 90 cooking, the level 75 bats will require 75 cooking, and etc. The minimum recommended gear is full graceful for the weight reduction effect, a butterfly net to catch the bats, the best hatchet you can use, a tinderbox, and most importantly, the dwarven rock cake. I'll explain why the rock cake is important when I cover the method for actually earning points, as just catching and cooking the bats will yield no points. I also recommend the highest defensive gear you can wear. This is to defend against the scavengers, since you will almost always have to run directly past them in a multi-combat zone, so you'll have to tank several hits. The gear I'm wearing is pretty good, but feel free to change whatever you want. You may also want some food to replenish health. I bring anglerfish just for the overhealing effect to reduce the chance of dying and losing points. A stamina or some energy potions may help as well in case you run out of energy. The pickaxe is optional. You would only use this for clearing the potential mining obstacle in the scavenger room, but this can yield some nice points and will give you a shortcut past the scavengers. Now that we have covered the gear and stat requirements, let's get into how you actually earn points in raids. As some of you may know, whenever you or another player uses a healing item that you crafted, such as a Xeric's Aid, you earn a set amount of points. We can apply this mechanic to the bats as well. If you eat a bat that heals hit points, you will gain a set amount of points based on the tier of the bat. Now, just simply eating the bat will not earn points. The item has to actually heal your HP, and that is why we have the Dwarven Rock Cake. You will eat the rock cake to reduce your HP, then eat a bat to heal back up, and you earn points. It's pretty simple, and that's basically the whole method behind earning points efficiently. You just catch an inventory of bats, cook them, eat a couple of bites out of the rock cake, consume the bat, and repeat until the raid is over. So now I'm just going to ramble on. I'll just explain some of the tips and tricks that I figured out while doing raids using this method. There's a couple of extra ways that you can earn points and a couple of ways that you can save time and do raids a little bit more efficiently. So our first room is the scavenger room, so I just go ahead and keep my defensive gear on and eat an anglerfish so I can have that overheal effect. You want to run with your group whenever you can through the scavengers so they can tank all the hits. You can see I only took 1 damage, so that was actually pretty lucky there. I've had times where I've been stacked out, 2 5s in a row or something, so that's exactly why I have the anglerfish. Now, this raid in particular was really lucky. We had the bat room first, which is awesome. I'm just collecting and earning as many points as I can, and I'm keeping an eye on my team for when they get to the thieving room so I can go ahead and help out. Maybe you'll get lucky and get the bat chest. If not, you're just helping your team out so they can get through the room quicker. How I should have started this room was by dropping the extra items that I don't need. I usually keep the armor on me and stuff since I'm an Ironman, by the way, and I don't want people stealing my stuff. But I would drop all the items that you don't care about losing and start the room by collecting some kindling. It's easy because you can just collect all the kindling and drop it on the floor for easy light. And then since the hunter room was the first room, once the chest is ready, I can just take all the kindling with me and put it in the chest so I never have to use my hatchet again. It's important to know what the order of the raid is, because sometimes there's rooms that you can participate and help your team out in, and also other rooms that you can earn points in. So you can see in this raid we had a thieving room after the muted owls and shamans. A thieving room is something you can do as a level 3 account and not earn combat. Another room you can help out in is the ice demon room. You can chop down all the kindling and put them in front of the braziers and even light them. I'm not showing these other rooms in this video because this isn't a complete raid guide. If you want to know how you can help out in those rooms, that you can just check out another raid guide, or it's pretty simple. In the scavenger room, sometimes there'll be an obstacle that you can either chop or mine, or a boulder that you can use strength to cross. You can see in this raid I kind of scout ahead because I know a scavenger room is coming up, and I look and see what the obstacle is. It ended up being a boulder, so do not do that obstacle, or else you will end up gaining experience, although I probably wouldn't be able to anyway since the obstacle scales on everyone's strength level, and my strength level is 1. Now you can just go ahead and go back to wherever the hunter room is if you left and helped out in some of the other rooms. So you can see here I just go back to the hunter room, gain as many points as possible, and then now you're just waiting until it's prep time. Once the chest is built, you can deposit all of your items in the chest that you're not going to use. Usually I just keep the tinderbox and the rock cake on me since I've already collected my kindling, and you won't need the pickaxe unless there's an obstacle. It's helpful to have good communication with your team because you can see in the clan chat, one of the raid members said relog. It basically means they're ready for prep. I can log out, log back in, and you will be in whatever room they are in. So I just decided to collect the kindling, which I accidentally deposited into the group chest, relogged, and then you will be teleported back into the room where everybody is, and you can help with prep. Now, a couple things to note about prep. Unlike other level 3 accounts, you will not be able to plant any of the seeds, and you will not be able to make any of the potions, since both of those require a non-Ironman status. Trust me, I've tried. But what you can do is harvest the herbs that other people have planted. And you can also fill up vials, or the gourds, whatever they're called, and deposit those in the chest for other people. So usually you can have the other members of the raid focus on making the potions, and you can focus on harvesting the herbs and filling up the vials. So once all the prep is done and it looks like everybody has all the herbs that they need, you can go ahead and deposit everything into the chest and get your inventory prepared to go back to wherever the hunter room is. So in this raid it was a little tough since we have to pass a couple of, well, I guess one scavenger room to get back to the bat room. So I go ahead and withdraw my defensive gear and start making the trip back to the bat room. At this point, it's just home sailing. You just try to collect as many bats as possible. It's also important to have good communication with the raid at this point. It would be good if they let you know when they're at the head phase so you can start preparing and heading back to the ul room, since you'll have to either relog before the raid is finished or run all the way back when the raid is already complete. Also, another tip is you can 2-tick cook the bats just by manually clicking them on the fire, so this will help save quite a bit of time in the long run. Thank you for watching. I hope this video was helpful and informative, and if there's anything that I missed, please be sure to let me know, and if there's anything that I could have done better, let me know down in the comments as well. Thank you, and I'll catch you next time.